We believe in supporting and nurturing our extended sporting whānau, working towards promoting a healthy group activity that kids, parents and friends love. We want everyone to feel invited. It is in our DNA. We are accessible to all. We are football in Aotearoa. We are the beautiful game and we are proud to be the largest sporting whānau in New Zealand.
No mai, hoki mai, welcome back to a rapidly, increasingly wet North Harbour Stadium in Tamaki Makaurau. At half-time, the All Whites in their return home after 19 months away, 0-0 with Malaysia. Here in the half-time show with the CEO, the best-looking CEO in New Zealand, Andrew Pragnell. AP, what have you made of the first half so far, mate?
First and foremost, it's great to see all these kids out here on a Monday night, right? The weather's not ideal. It's first day of term, but everyone's come out in force. Fans are loving it. Obviously, we're dominating the game. We just need some goals.
Yeah, and what does it mean to have the All Whites back on Kiwi soil after so long away, and to also get a run of games as well, not just this match tonight against Malaysia, but next month in World Cup qualifying against Vanuatu and Samoa?
It's enormous, right? Every Kiwi knows our All Whites are made up of professionals around the world, playing in the top leagues in the world. We've got a Premier League striker out there. I'm sure he'll be coming on later, I'm sure. Don't worry, you'll see him. Some of the greatest players in the world coming from around the world to play at home is incredible. 5 games at home. First game ever in Hamilton, long overdue. Respect Hamilton. So to be playing that and all in the lead up to a World Cup qualifier, March next year, to have the semi-final and the final at home, we're wrapped. Great to have the fan engagement. Football's the biggest sport in this country. They should be engaging with some of the greatest footballers in the world, who also are Kiwis.
We haven't been to a World Cup. The All Whites haven't been to a World Cup. I should just straighten that out. Since 2010, South Africa. What would it mean for the All Whites to automatically qualify through Oceania and get to the World Cup of 2026?
It'd be enormous. Look, we know the pathway's a bit easier this time, but equally the flip side of that is it gives us potentially a year and a half, if we do qualify, touch wood, to plan incredible games for Kiwis, bring the team back home again, gets young people excited, and makes the game dominate the media. There's a financial windfall for New Zealand football, enables us to fund our national teams a lot more. We've got so many national teams operating non-stop, so it's huge. It's a game changer.
It's a massive week for New Zealand football, isn't it? Because when you take into account the A-League starting up, we've got another New Zealand team in there, Auckland FC, making their debut this weekend against Brisbane Roar. What do you think that does for New Zealand football as well? Another professional team in the A-League.
Massive, right? So it doubles our media profile. We're looking forward to both print broadcast covering those games. The derbies are going to be amazing, but most significantly, the talent pathway. 4 years ago, we didn't have a women's professional side in this country. Next year we're going to have 2. It doubles our professional pathway, the amount of talent we've got coming through. Our clubs are doing an incredible job. 400 clubs up and down the country producing incredible talent who now can go on to realistic careers as well, and then off overseas to some of the best leagues in the world. So the game just keeps getting bigger, keeps getting more exciting, and I can't wait.
Yeah, and neither can I. AP, thanks so much for your time in the halftime show. Go inside, get dry if you can, and enjoy the second half.
Cheers, Goran. Appreciate it, mate. Enjoy.
Always good to see you. It's halftime here at North Harbour Stadium. No goals to talk you through it. Glenn Lama after this with the halftime highlights.
New Zealand football wants to empower girls to be involved with the beautiful game in a way that suits them. That's why they developed the Fantails program for us. Fantails offers us girls aged 4 to 12 a safe and supportive environment to fall in love with the beautiful game. There's something for everyone at Fantails, especially if you've never played football or futsal before. Sessions happen at non-traditional times, so we can try football alongside the other sports we play. Fantails focuses on helping girls make friends, improve their skills, get active, build their confidence, and most importantly, have fun. So what are you waiting for? Sign up to a Fantails Hub near you. Come and join me and become part of the Fantails Fun. Head to New Zealand Football's website to find out more.
Well, half-time here at North Harbour Stadium, not too far away from a start in the second half between New Zealand and Malaysia in this football friendly here at North Harbour Stadium as Chris Wood laps up a rare opportunity for him to be back in New Zealand colours on local soil. Hopefully we'll get some action here. Not sure if he will. He's 77 appearances, 35 goals now for New Zealand for one he got against Tahiti last week. But here at North Harbour Stadium, no score at half-time, but plenty of highlights in the first half. Nick Robinson, all the highlights pretty much at this end of the field, with once again, as we've seen in recent times against many opponents, New Zealand creating plenty of chances they just can't quite finish off.
Yeah, good goalkeeping, swarming defence, and maybe just a lot of shots from the All Whites, but a lot of block shots as well. There's not a lot of clean efforts.
Yeah, that's right. Hazmi has been a bit of a star. He's made 2 very good saves in the game. In fact, 3 maybe counting that one. But New Zealand have utilised their attacking flair on both sides of the field quite well in the lead up to many of these chances. The weighting of those passes has been spot on most of the time. That may be the best one there, falling to Ben Old. What do you reckon?
It was up there. There's a few of these. They maybe got a little bit too... That was a pretty good chance too, to be fair.
It was.
Maybe just got a little bit too cross-happy at times there, which we did see against Tahiti as well. And both times it's really been kind of forced upon them by a deep defensive set against them. But, you're going to change the angles a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how they come out in the second half and whether there are any, small alterations, little affectations that might help them out.
Couple of fouls too by both teams. No cards so far in the game. But in the end, that attack there has pretty much been typical of many New Zealand surges into the penalty area in the 6-yard box right through the game.
It feels like a lot of these best things are when they've been able to get runners through the channels out, particularly angling from wide or running from deep from the midfield, and just mixing things up, but just, not quite the end product yet.
Fair play to Hazmi there. That was a brilliant stop. That previous one from Ben Old. So 2 or 3 very good chances to New Zealand in the first half. One there, no one at the far post to knock it in. Ben Wayne throwing his eggs at the basket at the near post. But those passes from Rue and Just into Wayne have been really good all the way through the first half. But you're right, swarming defence is the way you can categorise Malaysia's performance in the first half. They haven't seen a lot of ball, but they did get a few chances towards the end of the first half, Nick, when they started to rattle together some passes.
chances to get the ball in the area at least, not so much shots. But yeah, they were able to keep the ball in the other half and ease off some of the pressure leading into the halftime break. So another reason why the All Whites might feel just a little bit frustrated going in at halftime.
So what do you think? Darren Baisley needs to do now? Does he need to mix it up, or just have faith in the way there's a style of play that New Zealand is playing with in this first half and back that 100% in the second half?
Well, ultimately what matters is just whether you win. Whether you win 1-0 or whether you win 5-0, it's not really so important. So as long as they can find a goal, and you've got to stay patient with that stuff. He'd have picked the team that he felt, with a few little rest and rotation aspects to it, a team that he felt could get out there and get a victory. So I don't think that will have changed, but yeah, just maybe a few little tweaks within the game system. Maybe see how quickly he goes to his bench. That might also be a telling factor.
Yeah, Tim Payne, Nando Peinecker featured the other day. Lyle Costa Barbarousse, of course, Chris Wood there.
Yeah, he's the one, Chris Wood.
Yeah, that's the one we're all waiting to see.
Maybe a little bit of Costa Barbaroussa's or the speed of Logan Rogerson. Like there's a few little few good attacking players on the bench there that it might be able to change things, but we'll see. We'll see what Basil's got in stock.
And what about the Malaysian team? What would be your assessment of how they've played in the first half?
I think they'll be pretty happy. I think when you're playing away from home and this is their only game in this window. They did have a cheeky little friendly game behind closed doors against Auckland FC, just at the same venue but on the other side the other day. But yeah, I mean, they'd have just had a plan to come in and try to keep things nice and tight and competitive and just stay in the game as long as possible, knowing that they do, and they have shown this in patches, they do have a little bit about them on the counter-attack. Some skillful players there, so they are a threat for sure.
Yeah, Rashid is one who has looked good with the ball at his feet. He looks like he's a bit of an interesting character. He was the player that came on midway through the first, 13 minutes into the first half, when Darren Locke came off injured, and he looks pretty useful.
Yeah, there's a few of them. I mean, Hendricks, pretty handy there, Brazilian-born player in the midfield. I think Semeh Kuti Abba.
Yeah, Abba.
Had a nice little one there. Just got to read my own handwriting, sorry. Rookie mistake.
Yeah, well, the challenge for Malaysia is to carry it on in the second half. As the two teams get ready to come back onto North Harbour Stadium, lots for Michael Boxall to say there. You know, to having one of the best chances in the first half for New Zealand.
Doesn't look like any changes as of yet, so that's probably par for the course.
No, it's Darren Baisley. Lots to talk about, as we touched on there. Boxall, solid first half from him. You actually, all the New Zealand players have played well. Can't really fault too many of them whatsoever. Will it continue in the second half?
Marko Stamanic and Tyler Binden having some bit of a conversation there as we await the kickoff for the second half.
Kakachi not having too much to say at the moment. I suspect his talking was done in the dressing room.
Yeah, he seems like a leader by example type.
He certainly plays like it, doesn't he? There's Darren Baisley, thinking things through in this second half. With play about to get underway again. Malaysia kick off in the second half here on the FIFA Plus platform. Thank you for joining us here at North Harbour Stadium on Auckland's North Shore. It's New Zealand 0, Malaysia 0. As Malaysia look to make something in this first half. This is Corbinong coming forward now. Just a little bit more confidence in their play right towards the end of the first half. Corbinong did really well there. Good work from him. Hendrick marshalling the central midfield at the moment. It's Rashid trying to get around us. In fact, it's Arif Ayman trying to get around those two New Zealanders. That was good work from him. Now Rashid. Good work from him too. And almost a connection there at the near post. Ball is still alive here for Malaysia. It was Lane back into Hendrick. Gets the ball back again. Corbinong did well to get back on side. Morales couldn't be found in the middle. Nice start by the Malaysian team.
Yeah, hardened out for a second there for the All Whites defence.
Oh, here they come again. Hendrick with a bit of with some flashy skills.
Pertahanan pasukan New Zealand. Pertahanan daripada Arif Ayman. Tersasar. Dapat kembali kepada Dos Santos ketika ini. Cross cantik ke gawang pasukan New Zealand. Gagal untuk mencari rakan sepasukan. Ini cross daripada Matthew Davis. Tandukan. Namun masih gagal untuk melakukan sebarang cuma tepat ke gawang pasukan New Zealand. Just ketika ini cuba untuk melancarkan serangan, dapat kepada Matt Gambit. Sepakan penjuru yang pertama buat pasukan New Zealand di separuh masa kedua. Setakat ini Dominic Tan bertahan dengan baik bersama dengan Haris di bahagian pertahanan pasukan Malaysia. Pasukan New Zealand setakat ini masih lagi gagal untuk menggunakan kelebihan fizikal mereka, coach, untuk sepakan penjuru dan juga sepakan percuma. Bagaimana kali ini? Bertahan baik, dikeluarkan baik oleh pasukan Malaysia. New Zealand cuba untuk mengatur gerak sekali lagi. Alex Paulson ketika ini tengah gawang pasukan New Zealand. Cuba untuk mencari rakan sepasukan. Syamil Kuti cuba untuk menutup ruang. Cantik pressing yang dilakukan oleh Syamil Kuti. Malaysia bermula pantas untuk separuh masa kedua ini. Cuba untuk mengasak pasukan New Zealand di kawasan mereka sendiri. New Zealand mendapat ruang masuk ke kawasan penalti Malaysia. Berjaya dikeluarkan oleh Matthew Davis. Gambit sekali lagi diberikan tanggungjawab untuk melakukan sepakan penjuru. Tinggi kali ini mencari Ben Min, dapat kepada Alvalman. Cantik Lari sendirian di sebelah sana. Sayang sekali. Morales di sana keseorangan. Tetapi gagal untuk dicari oleh Arif Aiman tadi.
Ya, cantik sekali break attack yang dilakukan oleh Arif Aiman.
Cuba untuk mencari.
Ya. Kita lihat dua pemain bersedia
Morales
untuk
di sana.
Morales dan juga Aki harus sebelah kiri.
Here comes Kakachi. Oh, open, there's a goal! Eli Just is on the end of that, and New Zealand take the lead.
Elijah Just, who scored the first goal against Tahiti on Friday, scores the first goal for the All Whites against Malaysia on Monday, and scored his first goal for his club team, SKN St. Pölten in Austria, in his previous game before the international window. Great work from him.
Well, great incursion into the area by Libby Kakachi. And just finding himself free, not marked up there. As Malaysia couldn't transition back quickly enough on defence there. And just guiding it past Hazmi.
A rare instance of that low cross beating the first defender as well. Malaysia's been so good at just getting out in front of those. And this one just sneaks through to just at the back post. I wouldn't say it's his cleanest effort. Mentioned the goal he scored for his club, the goal he scored against Tahiti. Those ones were absolute bangers. This one to take it how it comes kind of goal.
Exactly. Doesn't matter how it goes in, Nick, it's if it goes in.
That's the one.
And just, that's his fourth goal for New Zealand. And ironically, it's come against the run of play in the second half. Malaysia certainly have had the opportunities, the better of the two teams. Now, all of this happened with Endrick going down in back play.
He's in the state as well.
And is he able to continue here? 29-year-old. In his 16th appearance for Malaysia. He's complaining there to Corey Mills, the fourth official, that he was fouled.
Yeah, it might explain the limp potentially.
Well, Endrick coming back onto the field now. He's going to run off that niggle. So Eli Just in the 53rd minute.
If the All Whites are feeling any pressure about struggling to get that first goal, well, hopefully this will ease them up a little bit. Might play a little bit freer from here on out.
Well, look at the space here for Libby Kakachi. Is there a greater sight in New Zealand football than Libby Kakachi trying to go coast to coast? Wonderful surge up by the Kiwi skipper.
Set up one goal, obviously not enough for him.
Well, here's Garbutt once again. Variation play to Kakachi. Nice play by Ben Old. Original plan was probably to go back to Garbutt. Rue swings it back to Garbutt. Cleared away by Lane, but only as far as Michael Boxall. Well, he's never scored a goal for New Zealand, Michael Boxall. Frankly, he's not in the team to score goals, but he'd love to get one day, surely.
He does chip in every now and then for Minnesota United in MLS, so he's not afraid of a goal, but generally they don't happen like that one.
Well, that's a pretty soft turnover, and here's Just again. Good challenge, but it's still there for New Zealand. Headed away now by Corbinong. Rue. Oh, overcooked the pass there, Rufa. Corbinong. All he manages to find is Marko Stamenic. Whoa. Ricochet is kind here for Garbutt. Garbutt fouled there by Corbinong, and that's going to be a free kick for New Zealand. A couple metres outside the area. And a, shall we say, a delicate position on the field. Nice play from Garbutt there to take on the defender. Garbutt playing in the Netherlands at the moment. In his third season in AC Breda. And now here is a chance for New Zealand from a set piece. To double their lead. Kakachi. Not a bad free kick and not a bad effort too, wasn't it, from Alex Rufa? He's another who's never scored for New Zealand.
Well, he'd never scored for London Phoenix for a long time either, and then they scored one, and all of a sudden he scores a few in a row. He's got the taste for it now. Runs in the family.
Exactly. Boxall. It's Rufa, a strong header there. Wins the ball back for New Zealand. He's trying to find Garbutt. Corbinong being hustled there by Just. A rule to come off him.
I can confirm here that Chris Wood looks like Tim Payne and probably Costa Barbarousa's going through a few warm-ups on the sideline there.
Well, it's good. Your instincts might have been right. Chris Wood might get 20 minutes at the end of this game. Kakachi just tried to guide that down for Ben Old. Now here comes Arif Ayman. Now Malaysia through Rashid. Here's Arif again. Just couldn't quite get past that New Zealand defender. Hendrick too was involved in that play. Now Davies. Hendrick again. It's a good ball. And that's deflected for a corner. Nice play from Abba. Came off Stamenic. It's been a busy player. 38th game for Malaysia tonight. Couple of goals. Including one against the Philippines last month. Now Malaysia would love him to get on the end of this to lock up the scores. Plenty of Malaysian supporters just off the left shoulder of Hendrick here. Really awesome to hear. All standing together. Hendrick going short this time. And that's safely into Alex Paulson's hands, who's looking to counter-attack quickly. Stamenic lays it back for Boxall. If you've just joined the coverage, New Zealand leading 1-0 with Eli Just scoring the goal in the 53rd minute. Garbutt in space. Now here is the goal scorer Just. Look at Kakachi sweeping through again. Kakachi to Garbutt.
Oh, no.
It's 2-0. Beautifully finished by Matt Garbutt. Geometric precision finishing there from him. And it's New Zealand 2, Malaysia 0.
Really calm on the finish there from Matty Garbutt. That's nicely done. Just side footing that thing, bottom corner, pick your spot, have it.
Well, Malaysia pay the price for Kakachi, allowing him too much space on that left wing side. And when he surges forward like that with all that space, Nick, it's alarm bells go off.
That's it, and both goals have been heavily Kakachi influenced. I think he set both of them up, hasn't he? Look at that. Look at that. How nice is that?
Well, we've seen Garbutt seal goals off like that in the past. Very similar one scored against, I want to say, Ireland last year.
Yeah, that was it. He scores important goals when he does score as well. He's, I think his 3 previous goals for the All Whites. One was in the Oceania World Cup qualifying final against PNG. Scored on that day. Scored that goal you're talking about, equaliser against Ireland. Also scored the winner against China last time the All Whites played in Aotearoa. And here comes Chris Wood.
Yes, indeed. Chris Wood takes over the captaincy. Also, Tally Tim Payne is on too. So Chris Wood on for another appearance. Yep, 78th game for New Zealand.
Ben Wayne and Storm Root just taking a seat after a pretty solid day.
He almost turned over there as Ben Old flew in there. It's an awesome touch. Abis got it for Malaysia. Foul against New Zealand. Going against Rufa on Hendrick. Well, here's Malaysia, not wasting any time. Corbin Ong trying to get on the end of that one at the far post, not able to do so. While Malaysia win the ball in midfield. Here's Abba. 2 players in the penalty area. Plenty of white shirts as well, though. Abba trying to find a way through. Arta Fireman can't get it back to Abba. New Zealand in the road again, and it's Ben Old on the counter. Chris Wood ahead of him. Flying out on the right here is Garbutt. He's the target of that pass. Tim Payne's made a run near the penalty area as well. As Garbutt looks to create. He's going to need Payne's help. Rufa. Hold the target of that cross. It's fallen back for Stamenic. Again, nice control by the New Zealand team here. Kakachi didn't get the connection on that one that he was hoping for. So New Zealand will build from the back once more. Binden over to Kakachi again. No, that's Stamenic. Let's drop back to left back for the meantime. Now he comes back into that midfield position. Abba pounces on that one. Stamenic, though, did really well to win the ball back for New Zealand. Now Payne. Space in midfield for Just. Here's Kakachi again. And it's deflected away for a corner. You can't stop that flowing left-hand attack that New Zealand's got going in the second half.
Well, it's been a ploy from the very start to get the fullbacks up high and involved, and it didn't pay too many dividends in the first half, but all of a sudden, you know.
So another corner. Stamanic. Parmati, caretaker coach from Spain, a former assistant, ponders his next plan. Hasn't made a sub in the second half yet as Garbutt takes that corner. Malaysia looking a little bit disorganised that time, but they still clear the ball away nicely. It's Morales. And there's a foul against Matt Garbutt.
No complaints there. Yeah, you got him.
Yeah, you could say that was a mistimed challenge. Morales said, why don't you pull a card out of your pocket, ref? Morales originally from Colombia. Been in Malaysia though for since 2018. There's Rufa, hustled and hassled by Corbanon. Oh, good ball. Here's Just waits it for Garbutt. It's an attempted hook back there for Stamanic. Kakachi. Wood. Beardo looking to cook something up. That's good. And I think that came off. Beardo, it's ruled a goal kick.
Good play, even better defending.
Yeah, nice play from Matt Davies there, the captain for Malaysia in this game. 23 minutes to play. New Zealand lead 2-0. Both goals coming since half-time. Hazmi clearing it away. New Zealand really dominating possession and territory in this game now. Kornongho has some space. What can he fashion up here? New Zealand backtrack. There's Rashid. Abba. Nice control by Endrick. Can't get the shot away though.
Great tackle from Boxer there.
He caught one in the leg there too as Endrick. But look at Kakachi as the referee plays on. Plenty of yellow shirts back. Kakachi. Oh, waits for Payne. Chris Wood the target of that pass. And it's going to be another corner. Kakachi knew playing that in. He played with a bit of weight. Chances were high that it was going to be a corner at worst, and he was right. Now, two more subs are about to be made by New Zealand in this game. Sam Sutton is going to come on. And also Costa Barbarouses. So Garbutt is one of the players coming off.
Liberato Kakache being the other one.
Yes, so Sutton will take his spot at left back.
It looks like a triple change for Malaysia coming up sooner rather than later.
Yes, indeed. We'll go through that for you when it eventuates. But there's Costa Barbarouses coming on for game number 64 and Sam Sutton coming on for game number 5, having debuted earlier this year in the OFC Nations Cup. Now here's the corner. Real tangle for the ball, and another corner coming up. Penold, another deflected shot taken quickly. Here's Chris Wood. Cleared away by one of the Malaysian players. I think that might have been Morales. Malaysia have got all their players back inside the area. And Barbarouses looking for action straight off the bat, not getting the opportunity. So yes, here is that triple substitution coming here for Malaysia. And let's give you the players coming on. First of all, number 11, Safawi Rashid is coming on. Number 5, Azam Azmi, and number 2. In fact, is that number... Let's have a look here.
Number 12.
Number 12, yes, he's got that number 1 just sneaking out of the frame, hasn't he? In fact, it's number 7. Hakimi Azim is coming on. So we'll go through those players for you in a moment again. But, here he is, number 7. It's not a question mark. Definitely a 7. That's why I had a bit of trouble identifying him, Nick. It's a little bit of a mystery number. Here come Malaysia. No foul by Boxall, so play on's the call by referee Jack Morgan. The Australian. Just sweeping forward. What a ball! Barbarouses chipping the keeper! And Chris Wood has scored a goal! That is classy finishing and classy delivery from the All Whites. 3-0.
We can't stop the Woodsman this season. A bunch of these, and he's already up to 4 goals in the Premier League for Nottingham Forest. He scored the other day, he scored again. Him and Elijah Just both scoring in both of these games this international window. That's exactly what he would have been coming on for as well. He knew this cameo was a chance to get a goal, and he's got one.
Well, the young fellas love it, and so too do the players. And this one is going to look pretty on the replay when the team look back at it. What a brilliant execution. Beautiful ball from Just. What about that? And the delivery from Barbarouses. Fantastic.
A little bit of a helping hand, I reckon, there from the goalkeeper.
You're probably right, Nick, but Wood.
I think Woodsy's getting that anyway.
Yeah, lovely finish. That was a tremendous goal. Wood almost face planted it in. But in the end, it's another goal for Chris Wood in his New Zealand career. Goal number 36. Free kick to New Zealand. Just love the cross from Costa Barbarouses. I could watch that all day long, Nick. Here he is again, Barbarouses. There's another brilliant delivery. Now, almost fooling the Malaysian defence, Sam Sutton. It was out there now, of course, at left back as he delivers to Old. Now Sutton makes his run. Woods there again. Barbarouses can't get it on target. Just took a little deflection there for Costa Barbarouses, but again, good lead-up play by Sutton this time.
Might well have been a deflection of Chris Wood as well. I wonder if that was another chance gone begging for the Woodsman as well.
Good work from Sutton. That's a great delivery. Yeah, hit the knee, didn't it? On another day, Wood would have guided that in for a 4th goal. Well, New Zealand were threatening to control the game like this, Nick, and now they are. He's been making another run. Nicely controlled by him. Rufa. He's paying now. It's a good touch to his Phoenix teammate. Oh. Barbarouses, maybe he didn't put the long sprigs on today. Azmi being pressured there by Chris Wood. Just concedes the foul.
Good one. He's got to generate the power himself.
More movement on the bench coming from New Zealand shortly.
Moses.
Yeah, there's corner on for Malaysia. Whoops, mistake that pass. Payne pounces, continues his run here, Tim Payne. He overcooks the cross, but Ben Old has it now for the All Whites. Here's Ben Old. No one hovering on the 6-yard box at the far post. Payne needs a bit of support over there. Oh, that's deflected. Back to Eli Just. Look out. Eli Just. Oh, that's a disappointing end for Eli Just as he hunted his second.
He's tried enough cutbacks today. He was having one for himself there. Looks like Cameron Howison and Logan Rogerson will be the final subs used by Darren
terus
Bateman.
jadi juara seperti Julian Alvarez dengan Rexona Man Ice Cool. Beli sekarang.
Just not quite yet.
Cam Howison, good to see him getting another opportunity for New Zealand. Barbarousis wins a throw-in. Barbarousis still running around for the All Whites. 16 years now after his debut. Pretty impressive international career he's put together now. Here's Payne. So those subs now to be made. So Howison is coming on for Alex Rufer. Cam Howison coming on for game number 21 for the All Whites. And number 19 is coming off for New Zealand. That's Ben Old. Good shift from him. And he's replaced by Logan Rogerson. Logan Rogerson playing his football out of Auckland FC now. Just finished up with an Armenian club. That would have been an experience for him.
Yeah, first New Zealander I can ever remember from Armenia. I've tracked a few, but that was a unique one.
I'll tell you what, he'd be worth a chat, isn't he? He played 9 games for that club. Quite interesting. A club called Noah.
Yeah,
and
Noah.
It'd be interesting to hear what life was like in Armenia for a New Zealander.
Well, Rogerson's also played a little bit in Germany, a little bit in Finland. He's been around the shop. A little bit for the Wellington Phoenix once upon a time, and now about to play for Auckland FC.
Yeah, he's linked up with Cam Howison and Alex Paulson. A couple of others in this New Zealand team. Quite a good contingent coming. As Howison looks to measure that one. Rogerson looking to put pressure on. Abba, it's good control by him. Ooh, right across the face to the goal. Now there's space here for Malaysia. That's a great ball. Now here's one of their best chances of the game. The striker Morales had cut back to the near post. In the end, Paulson probably didn't need to make a play at it.
No, I don't think he did, but super counter-attack there from Malaysia, and it came directly from drawing the All Whites forward, playing across the back of the goal. Risky business, but they knew what they were doing. Created space further forward and almost got a reward for it.
Here's a couple more players coming on for Malaysia. Paulo Josue is coming on, the second Brazilian-born player. Number 17, he's coming on here for Morales. And also coming on number 18, Faraz Barugan, central defender. He's coming into the game as well. And checking out is Dominic Tan. So a rare chance here for Malaysia to cook up something from the set piece. Rashid to take the corner. Not a bad corner either. But New Zealand are able to clear it.
Tyler Bindon with a big header.
It was right on his noggin, wasn't it? And there's Rashid. Almost too clever for his own good there. 10 minutes to play. All 3 goals coming in the second half Eli Just, Matt Garbutt, Chris Wood. All on the score sheet. It's a lovely attack again as we see Pawson just taking no chances for the All Whites. Allison gives it up in midfield. Rashid, that's a good ball to Abba. Abba picking out, almost picking out that player at the far post. It was Azim. Now New Zealand can break here. This is Barbarousis. Just love the roving role he's played in this game. Really effective. Really played well, Eli Just.
They're playing as that number 10 and just really swiveling side to side, creating overloads, just looking to get those short passes going, runs in behind, lovely stuff.
He's had an excellent game. Mind you, all the New Zealanders have given a pretty good effort out there. Stamnich, Tim Payne makes a run from right back. Again, the ball just skidding across the greasy surface after the showers that we've had here at North Harbour Stadium. Tim Payne not able to catch up with that one. Payne is going to concede a free kick there. Taken quickly by the Malaysian team. Nice play there by Azim again. He's making an impact, isn't he, as he chases that one through. Plenty of pace, but Pawson's down at the near post. Hakimi Azim is only 21. This is just a 7th game for Malaysia. He's really looking exciting, isn't he, the number 7? Scored on debut against Laos back in late 2022. Eight minutes to play. Good solid win here, you'd think, coming up for New Zealand. It's good play. Here comes Sam Sutton. Good clearance there by the Malaysian team. Howson trying hard to win the ball. Arbor going back will concede the foul. New Zealand, the next going to be action here in New Zealand, of course, and more World Cup qualifying action coming up next month. Got games coming up in Waikato Stadium and at Mount Smart. Great ball into Wood. Still here for Barbarousis, perhaps. Now it's going to be cleared away by the Malaysian team. Those games coming up on Friday, the 15th of November, with Vanuatu, the opponent in that first game for the All Whites, and then New Zealand plays Samoa at Mount Smart on the 18th, the Monday. Both games live, of course, here on the FIFA Plus platform. Korbanong for Malaysia. It's away from Logan Rogerson. Now Rogerson on the ball again. Boxall, good short ball. Here's Just. Beautiful. Into Barbarousis, and it's going to be a corner for New Zealand. Of course, other matches are being played on those 2 dates too in the OFC Olympic qualifications too. It's double headers at both venues. Also on the 15th, Samoa play Tahiti, and then on the 18th, Tahiti play Vanuatu. So double headers both days. Let's see what New Zealand can do here. Sam Sutton to take the corner. going back for the All Whites. Barbarouses took up good position there for Chris Wood. Howison. Nice touch. Here's Sutton again. Only as far as Stamanic. Great save by the keeper. Hazmi. So close to a fourth goal.
Stamanic has been lurking for a few of those throughout this game as well. One finally fell his way. Struck it pretty well. Didn't quite get the placement.
Still a good stop by the keeper. New Zealand hunt more goals. Here's Sam Sutton again. Oh, salutes everyone. Great ball. Now the Malaysians break here. Paulson backtracking. I see. Just lost his momentum for a moment, didn't he? As Josue couldn't link up. And now here's Justin oodles of space. Tim Payne powering forward. Now Howison links up with Barbarouses. Tim Payne again. Not a bad delivery from Payne, was it?
Shape on that was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Good.
A little corridor between those two New Zealand players. For the dressing room there, Tyler Bindon says, why don't you run forward? Howison picks up the loose ball. Here's just Wood. Frustration there for Chris Wood. He knew that was a big chance because he'd beaten the offside track. Here's Sutton. Now Howison again. Boxall. And Sutton. A job to do to control that one.
Big leap. It's not quite tall enough.
Story of my life, Nick.
Yeah, can't relate.
So a free kick coming.
Still great vocal support from the Malaysian fans as well.
Yeah, they're loving it over there, aren't they? There's Hazmi going under, backtracking a little bit, under pressure a little bit here from Chris Wood, who's got the ball. Laranjason's right there. Barbarouses can't nail it. Well, another near thing there for the Malaysian team. Chances for New Zealand again. Like just almost getting that one.
Not sure if he was trying to get in the way or get out of the way there.
Exactly right. Here's a chance for Malaysia near the end of the game. Blocked by Bindon, cleared away by Boxall. Here's Barbarouses. Here comes Rogerson. Payne Rogerson! A rip snorter from Logan Rogerson.
Add that one to the highlight reel. Where did that come from?
4-0 to New Zealand. Just a second goal for his country after his first goal against New Caledonia back in 2022, and that one will feel super sweet for Logan Rogerson.
Yeah, I think a goal like this feels sweet whether you score it at North Harbour Stadium representing your country or down at the park. Boom.
Yeah, that's some finish, isn't it? Well, what a second half for the All Whites here. They put in 4 goals. And none better than that one. So 4-0 to New Zealand here at North Harbour Stadium. They really have looked super good in the second half. It's from a New Zealand perspective, Nick, it's good to see them putting in goals because goal scoring has been a challenge for this team in recent years.
Absolutely, 4 different goal scorers as well, and they had to be patient about it too. It took a little while to figure out how they're going to break this Malaysian team down, but they stuck with it, they found their answers, and they've coasted home in the second half. It's been really good, and ruthless too. Bringing on Chris Wood, he comes on, he scores. Rogerson comes on, he scores. You know, not letting the foot off the gas.
Spot on there, and it playing 2 minutes of added time. Just been a very clean game. Just 1 yellow card handed out to Storm Roo for a handball in the second half. See what Malaysia can do here through Rashid, and again, no problem there for Alex Paulson. See what Sutton can do in these last few seconds. In fact, there won't be any more seconds. That's the end of the game in New Zealand. Well, story of missed chances in the first half. Went to half-time 0-0, but it's a different story in the second half as New Zealand powered home with 4 second-half goals to beat Malaysia here in this friendly by 4-0. Goal scorers were just in the 53rd minute. Matt Garbutt doubled the lead before Wood added the 3rd in the 71st, and then Rogerson just moments ago with that stunner will seal the victory even further with 4-0. Here is Logan Rogerson. What a thumping goal that was. Chris Wood will be happy with his team's performance. So, job done for the All Whites in this window with 2 wins after beating Tahiti in their first World Cup qualifier. So here are the 4 goals. Kakachi heavily involved in 2 of them. First one was a little scrappy by Eli Just, but you know what? It went in, and that's really all that counts.
A goal is a goal.
Well done to Eli Just. It's his 4th goal for New Zealand. Really good job by Eli Just. Scored 3 of those 4 goals in 2024 to Eli Just. So been a real key player in this New Zealand team, and he played very well elsewhere. Now here's the second, and again Kakachi created it, Nick.
Created it, but created it in a slightly different way as well. This is a little square ball. Just picking out the man in space, and Garbutt just knew what to do.
Yeah, guides at home. It's always a threat from the top of the penalty area, isn't he, Matt Garbutt?
Yeah, he's very clever with those ones.
Garbutt's 4th goal for New Zealand as well, his first since he scored against Ireland last year, and he had the pleasure of scoring one of the goals against China the last time that New Zealand played in New Zealand last year. So that was 2-0, and here's the 3rd goal. Came down the right, and this, I've got to say, was a real gem. What a delivery there from Barbarousis. And the pass to him was superb as well. Finished off by Chris Wood.
Who does very well there to keep his balance. Those neck muscles are working overtime there.
Yeah, Chris Wood, all class at the far post. Goal number 36 for him. And now the 4th again, and this we'll never get sick of watching this one. Boom! Logan Rogerson hasn't always been in the All Whites team. He's been in and out of the side for a while, but showed us his class there, Nick.
Yeah, and he's usually better known for his speedy runs up and down the wing as well. This thump and finish like that. Not necessarily one out of the standard profile, but I'm sure he'll tell you it is.
And that one right at the end of the game. That was in the 90th minute. So the Malaysian team, not much for them to celebrate other than the fact their team played in New Zealand.
Well, that's something to celebrate, you know.
Look at the passion there, isn't it fantastic?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Really good contingent of Malaysian fans here. All ages too, as you can see. So wonderful scenes here for the Malaysian team. Right, let's get some after-match reaction now for you. Let's right down to Goran Paladin.
Thank you, Glenn Lama, here with Captain Courageous Chris Wood. After 19 months, you finally get to play in New Zealand again after the Chinese episode, early 2023. How good is it to be back in Aotearoa and representing the firm?
Look, it's fantastic. That's what we want to be doing as much as possible. We love coming out, performing for our fans, and it's great to see the amount of numbers today.
Mate, it was almost like the tale of two halves, wasn't it? In the first half, it was a lot of domination, a lot of possession, but just couldn't find that final pass or find the finish. And then in the second half, the floodgates open. What was the difference, did you think?
Look, it's just execution. I think we were very good in the first half. A couple of good saves by the keeper, and on another day, we would have had 2 or 3. The boys kept to the guns, came out, started well, and got the early goal, and that put them to bed, really.
Yeah, a lot of positive play down the flanks. I love what I'm seeing down the left with Libby and Ben Old, who just comes on and leaps and bounds, doesn't he? His progression from A-League star to hopefully what he can go on and do at St Etienne is, well, who knows what he might be able to achieve. But tell us about your goal, which was born on the right. A lovely cross from Costa Barbarouses, and the touch from the goalkeeper almost takes it away from you. Tell us about the adjustment that you had to make to bury your 36th goal for New Zealand.
Look, it's one of those we've been working on all week, getting our 8 runs in behind or our wingers in behind from the fullbacks, and it worked perfectly. It's what Bays has been harping on to us all the week to do, and we couldn't do it against Tahiti, but today we were able to do it a few times. Yeah, I mean, you're just going to be ready for anything. You hope the ball comes straight to you, but you have to adjust when it gets tipped or moved like that. So yeah, just thankful for winning.
We've got a run of games here in New Zealand as well. Tonight we're up against Malaysia. Next month it's Vanuatu and Samoa. How important is it to not only play the odd game, but to get a run of games here in New Zealand as we look to qualify for 2026?
Look, it's vitally important. I think it's a great time to the week, engage with the fans leading up to the World Cup. We've got a lot of work to do. We've got 4 big games to hopefully get there. But I think in the process of being back at home, I think engaging with the fans, getting everybody together and showing good on the pitch, I think that would be perfect for us.
And just finally, before I let you go and embrace all the fans, a word on the Malaysian effort tonight. They fought very, very hard for a long period of time.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we watched the game against Auckland FC that they played in, and they caused them a lot of problems. So we knew it was going to be tough. But we had to try and assert our dominance, and they caused us a lot of problems at the time. They were great on the counter and gave us a few scares, which was what they're about. They're a good side, and thankfully we came out with a win.
Pretty good international window. 3-0 on Friday in Vanuatu against Tahiti. 4-0 tonight on a Monday. Cold and wet, but hey, this is Auckland in springtime, Woodsy. Great to see you. Congrats on the results, mate.
Cheers, thanks guys.
As we bring in Matthew Davies, the captain of Malaysia. Great to see you, Matthew. Thanks so much for your time. A really torrid night at times, battling hard, out of possession and on the back foot. How did you see it for the vast majority of that game, Matthew?
Yeah, I think, like you said, we're on the back foot for the majority of that game. I think first kind of 50, 60 minutes put a great defensive effort to keep it a clean sheet. And then once the floodgates opened, it was difficult for us. I think kind of when we started to get some belief and started to play and keep the ball a little bit more and take some more risk, that's when we kind of opened up and they got their chances.
You've played A-League football before for Perth Glory, up against a couple of A-League graduates, Libby Kakachi, Ben Old going down your side of the field. A word on how difficult it was to contain them at times.
Yeah, they're great players. They've been doing really well in the A-League, and a lot of them are based overseas now, so we knew it was going to be difficult coming in. We know they're high-class players. We knew it was going to be a tough night, but we expected a little bit better from ourselves as well.
How important has this trip to New Zealand been for you? Not just tonight against the All Whites, but a couple of days ago playing that behind closed doors game against Auckland FC and coming away with a draw.
Yeah, it's good, just to change environment, be a little bit uncomfortable playing away, playing in different conditions. Good bonding for the lads. Obviously, would have liked a better result, but to get in these 2 games against Auckland FC and now the All Whites and have some really good opposition against some high-level players, it's a good experience for us.
And just a word quickly on the support down this end of the ground. A lot of Malaysian support cheering all night long. A word on what that means to being far away from home but having that kind of support.
Yeah, look, they were fantastic tonight. I mean, so many Malaysians turned up, and we couldn't be more appreciative of that. Like you mentioned, so far away from home and having so many Malaysians here, we just wish we could have given a little bit more to cheer and smile about there.
Good on you, Matthew. Thanks so much for your time, mate, and enjoy the trip back home. Back to you, Glenn.
Thank you, Goran. Well, there we are, folks. That wraps it all up here from North Harbour Stadium. Congratulations to the New Zealand team with that 4-0 win here over Malaysia. We hope you enjoyed the game. Plenty more football, of course, coming up on FIFA Plus. Just a reminder that the New Zealand team is back in action next month in World Cup qualifying action in Auckland and in Hamilton. The Malaysian team will be in action soon too in the Southeastern Asian Championships coming up in December. So thanks for watching. On behalf of Nick Robinson, thank you, Mate Wa, and a final score again for you here from North Harbour. New Zealand 4, Malaysia 0.
in cells different. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together and start forming different body parts within a single tumor. Now, while odd, these tumors are usually harmless. You might find hair, teeth, and even an eye if you cut open a teratoma tumor. These tumors form when germ cells grow abnormally in the womb, and these cells have the potential to develop into any tissue in the body. Sometimes these cells clump together.
A minha orelha caiu um pedacinho.
Kenapa sih nyari masalah terus anjing, udah dibiarin. Tiba-tiba si acok-acok ini tuh bikin lagi. Ngapain sih? Mana si acok? Ini bikin apa sih?
Apalagi di dunia live streaming ini guys, gue gak bohong ya, banyak banget orang yang pengen kolaborasi sama Mas Dean. Dan gue alhamdulillah bersyukur banget bisa dikasih kesempatan itu. Makasih.
Bohong.